Tomiwa and Jaja are best friends who loved each other like they were blood brothers. They were both farmers and made plenty harvests together. Although they didn't live together, they were always together. One sunny afternoon in Alake village, Tomiwa and Jaja were on their way to the farm when they saw a very beautiful lady. She was tall, fair, with a bright skin that was flawless. Tomiwa immediately fell in love with her, and he immediately told his best friend, Jaja. Jaja told him to approach her, but Tomiwa was really shy. He finally built the courage and approached the beautiful lady. Her name was Toke. Toke and Tomiwa became close friends. They were always talking and spending time with each other. Not long after, they were in a relationship. Tomiwa abandoned his friend Jaja and was always spending time with Toke. He no longer sowed his harvest. Rather, he gave it to Toke. But something happened. Jaja started to notice something strange about Toke. Toke was always acting strange anytime Jaja came to our house to look for Tomiwa. One day, on his way to the farm, he saw Toke walking fast with bloodstains on her mouth. He stopped her and asked her what happened, but she denied it and gave an excuse for it. She told Jaja that she fell down on her way to the forest, but he didn't believe her. Jaja became a little suspicious and decided to talk to his friend and tell him what he saw. But Tomiwa was blinded with so much love for Toke that he didn't believe his friend. He thought Jaja was jealous of his new relationship. Tomiwa's love for Toke increased day by day. Each day, Toke became more beautiful and radiant, her skin looking so shiny. Men in the village adorned her, but she was in love with Tomiwa. Tomiwa finally asked Toke to marry him. She was extremely happy and accepted to marry him. When Jaja heard of this, he warned Tomiwa not to rush into marriage because he doesn't know her or any of her people. Tomiwa was angry by this statement and got into a quarrel with his friend. He shouted at Jaja and told him to stay away from their relationship. Still angry at what Jaja said, Tomiwa decided to go to Toke's house. When he got to her hut, he opened it and saw Toke in a beast form, eating a live human being. She was ugly and had fangs that were stained with blood. He screamed, and before he could run, she grabbed him. She took him hostage, paralyzed him with her charm so that he won't be able to move, and told him that he must not stop loving her, or else he would die. She came back to her hut each night with a new body she wanted to consume, and Tomiwa had to see her devouring their bodies like a cannibal. He was terrified and regretted not listening to his friend Jaja. Few days went by, and Jaja realized it's been long since he saw Tomiwa or Toke. He decided to go to Tomiwa's house to look for him, but he did not see him. On his way back to his house, he overheard the villagers talking about how people in the village were going missing and remembered seeing bloodstains on Toke's mouth. He was suspicious about Toke, but was not sure. He decided to go to her house to look for his friend. He was so fortunate that at the time he went to Toke's house, she was not there. He opened the door and saw Tomiwa on the floor. He could not move. Tomiwa saw Jaja and warned him not to enter. If not, he would die. He begged Jaja to leave quickly before Toke comes back. If not, she would eat him, and he also told him to find a way to help him. Jaja was astonished by what he heard, and he quickly left. Jaja was confused. He didn't know what to do. Still shocked by what he saw, he went to the elders of the town and told them what he had seen, and also told them that Toke was the reason people were going missing in the village. He was shaking while saying it, so they believed that he was saying the truth. They decided to consult the great priest, Ifadon. They invited the priest to the palace to ask him for a solution. After they finished talking to the priest, he told them that Toke is a beast from Alaro village, and she must not be killed. We don't want a problem with the Alaro kingdom. She was banished from our town, and a good Samaritan from our village saw her and brought her to our village. She eats people to get pretty. We need to find a way to render her useless, which will make her live, the priest said. Jaja asked the priest how he could save his friend from Toke. That will be tough, but there is a solution. I will give you a potion that will help you render her powers useless. You must enter her hut and get your friend, but she must not catch you. If she does, there is no remedy for you. After you have rescued your friend, this will make her angry and furious. Then you will have to pour this potion on her head. It will render her useless, and we will be able to send her out of the kingdom, the priest replied. Jaja was scared, but ready to save his friend. The next day, he gathered courage and hid in the bushes beside Toke's hut and waited for her to leave. 10 minutes later, the beautiful Toke came out, looking extremely pretty. Immediately she left. Jaja waited a little before quickly rushing to her hut. He got inside and quickly carried his friend to safety. Then he went back to hide in the bush beside Toke's hut. He waited for her to get back, and when she did, she saw that Tomiwa was no longer in the hut. She came outside of her hut furious, and Jaja used that opportunity to quickly pour the potion on her head. But as he was about to pour it, he slipped and she caught him. She carried him and was about to tear him into pieces when all the villagers came out chanting with the priest. This distracted her, and Jaja quickly poured the potion on her head. She screamed and ran out of the village. The villagers were happy. The priest was able to revive Tomiwa, and Toke never came back to the village again. The moral lesson we should take note of is that true friendship is invaluable and should never be taken for granted. When blinded by infatuation or new experiences, it is easy to lose sight of the people who truly care for you. Sometimes, listening to the wise counsel of friends and loved ones can protect us from harm and lead us back to safety and happiness. The end.